Okay, and just so we are clear on this one, it will come back to our board in the September meeting because this does not impact their ability to accept students this fall. But I do think, just from discussions with Florida Gulf Coast, that if any of us have some serious issues or concerns, just for their general peace of mind, this would be a good time to raise them. Don't just think you don't have to worry about it till September. And so if there is dialogue that we need to have, let's get it on the table. But it was a really good presentation also on the call. A lot of discussion that Governor Marshall had questioned about their support from the school superintendents, which I thought was really very impressive, that the multi-county superintendent support they had for this program, and that truly this is meeting a regional need. That was quite impressive with the application. Any discussions, questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously to move this forward to our September agenda. Thank you. Okay, one more.
Madam Chair, we'll now consider the termination of the PhD program in Computer and Information Science at the University of Florida. The university has requested the termination of the PhD in Computer and Information Science. The program curriculum was recreated under Computer Engineering CIP Code 14.0901 in 1995, and new enrollments were suspended. No students have been enrolled in this program since 1997. The final termination of this program was formally approved by the UF Board of Trustees in June of 2009. If approved by the Board of Governors, this termination will become effective immediately. So, Madam Chair, I move the approval of the University of Florida's request to terminate the PhD program in Computer and Information Science. And again, the university's representative is here to respond if there are questions.
I'll second it.
Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you again, Dr. Marshall, for your help on this, and I am pleading publicly that you will continue to take a very active role in helping us sort through all of the degree proposal requests that we have coming forward.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got a couple more items to try to run through, I think, fairly quickly here, and then maybe get us a little closer to back on schedule. Items 4A and B are proposed Board of Governors regulations related to admissions and articulation. They will serve to both clarify and codify existing practice. Each of the regulations has been reviewed by the University General Counsels, members of the Council of Academic Vice Presidents, the State University System academic contacts, and other state university staff directly involved with common prerequisite process. Pursuant to the regulation procedure adopted by the Board at its meeting on March 23, 2006, the Board is required to provide public notice by publication on its intranet web site at least 30 days before the adoption of the proposed regulation. The first regulation, Board Regulation 6.018, regarding substitution or modification of requirements for program admissions, undergraduate transfer, and for graduation by students with disabilities, is being brought forward for consideration for noticing the amendment. The regulation is being expanded so that it may align with disabilities recognized in Florida statute and the State Board of Education 6A rule for the Florida college system. This will ensure that students seeking a substitution or modification will receive the same treatment in both sectors. The Articulation Coordinating Committee reviewed the proposed amended regulation and rule and supports the amended language. Board staff is available to answer any questions. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Yes, ma'am.
I just would like to use this to take a moment to make a comment. This particular regulation really highlights that our universities today are not the universities of our fathers. They are not the universities that we attended. We're now providing opportunities for folks with some serious learning disabilities, emotional and mental disabilities. You can read in here diminished or altered state of consciousness. Which is a good thing, but it changes the nature of our classrooms, it changes the nature of our campuses, and I wish that Governor Tripp were here given his concern about fees. The services that we provide to help these students succeed are largely provided by A&S fees, which are fees that students impose upon themselves. And then students make decisions about allocating these kinds of fees to counseling centers, disability centers, and the like. And I think they are commended for doing so. And these services are necessary in order for these kinds of students to be successful. And I think just sometimes we lose sight of the fact that we now have a much broader array of kinds of students on our campus than we once had. These are people who never would have been able to go to college before.
Thank you. Great comment. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, then, let's see, we're moving on to the new board regulation 8.010, common prerequisites, is being brought forward for consideration for noticing. Common prerequisites are lower division courses that are required for progression into upper division of a particular baccalaureate degree program, and they serve as a basic building block for the statewide articulation agreement between the state university system and the Florida college system. Due to faculty and staff turnover, it became apparent during the recent Common Prerequisite Update project that there were significant misunderstandings about common prerequisites to warrant codifying the requirement into both regulation and rule. The Articulation Coordinating Committee reviewed the proposed regulations at its May 2010 meeting and has expressed its support. Representatives from the Florida college system will be following our lead and moving forward with either rule or technical assistance on this matter. Board staff is available to answer any questions. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Okay. Is there any questions for staff or comments? Again, I think, Chancellor, in all that you're trying to do, this is an important step forward to continue the whole dynamic there, right? Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously, and we came really close to getting you back on time, Madam Chair.
Thank you
Unless
so
there's
much.
any further discussion, I'll say meeting adjourned.
Thank you so much. You want to pass to Governor Martin?
I'd like to call the Strategic Planning Committee together. Mike, you want to call the roll?
Mr. Colson.
Present.
Frost. Present. Olson is not here. Mr. Perez is here, but out of the room. Dr. Solano?
Here.
Mr. Root, are you on the phone? No. Mr. Martin, you do have a quorum.
Okay, thank you.